Hi everybody. My name is Durval. I'm here from São Paulo, Brazil. Actually, this is the first time that I decide to, try to exchange some ideas about a lot of issues, a lot of, subjects. I like to, whenever possible, to, just exchange some ideas, some thoughts, some knowledge on, black culture in general and African diaspora. So I'd like to today offer to you guys some kind of discussions that could eventually raise the level of consciousness of black people around the world. So I have while I'm talking to you guys, I'm just trying to mess around with my computer here. So please don't. I hope you don't mind if eventually I just kind of stop and then take it over again so we can continue with the conversation. But I actually have separated a few subjects that I would like to exchange ideas with you. So I'd like to try to understand what actions we can probably, as black people united, we could take up in order to how can I say raise the level of consciousness of black people around the world. As you might probably know, here in Brazil have been going through a few racial issues involving the killing of black people and the historically evident suppression that there is in a Brazilian society because the establishment tries to sell the image that Brazil is a racial democracy, and which is not true, because as you know, with the upcoming of the internet, we can actually see what's happening in Brazilian society. So I'd like to go over some issues here regarding black folks, not only in Brazil but around the globe, and feel free to agree or disagree with what I'm about to say, and let's see what we can go from there. I think the first thing that I would like to go over with you guys is that I think that we black men, we should create some kind of movement that would value and elevate and raise the self-esteem and the proud that we should have about black women, because if we don't protect, if we don't love, if we don't show respect to our black women, be it in the United States or in Africa or in Brazil or in Europe or whatsoever, I don't think we will ever have a strong and united black community global-wise, as a matter of fact. So I think that all the actions that we as a black man should take, we have to take in consideration the value that we have to give to black women in general. I'm not saying that I'm against interracial relationship. Everybody's free to love whoever they want, but I think that if you want to consolidate a strong and united and connected black community throughout the globe, we have to preserve the family institution within our community. This is what I think. Also, I think that we have to protect and preserve the legacy of our cultural heritage, because we need to know our history. You need to read more about the people who came before us, the people who fought for us, our ancestors who had to struggle and had to fight a lot, sometimes even paying the price of their lives, that will permit us to be here nowadays, to be able to exchange ideas somehow, one way or another. So I think that the preservation of our cultural heritage is one of the ways too, in our historical legacy. We have to armor, we have to protect, we have to preserve, and we have to pass on to the new generations all the histories regarding, since way in time when we lived in Africa, and then after the African diaspora, all the struggle, all the fights, all the movements, be it the human rights or civil rights or whatever rights we fought for, we should preserve, because this is pretty much what we are. This is us. This is our history. Also, I think that white men created drugs and alcohol and tobacco, so these are freely exposed in our communities. It's easier for us to get access to drugs and firearms and guns and alcohol than it is to open a book and get some knowledge. I think it's time for us to go back to the basics and remind the new generation specifically the importance of getting some qualification, getting a degree, go back to school and get some knowledge, know your history and stuff like that. Okay, because that will lead, I believe that will lead to a sense of self-esteem, because it's important to fight against racism and segregation and discrimination as a whole. But also, it's as important. It is to cultivate, to foster the sense of self-esteem, of one's self-esteem. Because without self-esteem, if you don't like yourself, if you don't appreciate